What's going on, guys? Welcome back to RC4wd. So, back on the RC4wd giveaway rat rod build. I think today we're going to focus on getting the chassis rolling completely. Right now we still got to add our servo, we've got to add our bed sides. We've got these hex adapters I use. These are for an old Tamiya buggy of some type. Allows us to run a 12mm hex on our front solid semi-truck style axle. Has the bearings and everything to do that. Get that all dialed in and start looking at our steering link, install our Micro 99 reef servo and servo horn and drive shaft, get the motor and transmission mounted up. I do have these headers. RC4wd, since the last video, has come out with some headers that fit my rat rod and hot rod kits. I've already weathered these up. That video has been out for quite a while now. There are 4 different styles of these. These came out looking phenomenal. This is my rusty pipe look. I'll try to put a link to that video here if you want to go back and take a look at how I do that finish. It's real easy. And yeah, so I think we'll get the body off of here, get the motor out. I'm still procrastinating doing the plug wires. I know I said I wanted to do black wires, but I've got an idea. I've got some new stuff that I just discovered to make windows out of that's actually colored Lexan type material. So I'm thinking the red wires might go with the red windows, kind of add that ominous look to it. So I don't know what else we're going to get into today, but let's get this thing up and rolling. All right, I've got the Reef's Micro 99 mounted in here. It fits very tightly, especially with all the paint and stuff we've done to it. So I did have to file it a little bit. Got 2 screws in it. It's good enough because it is in there very firmly. These little 99s are great. There's plenty of power for a 2-wheel drive 10 scale tire. Doesn't need that much. Got a little micro servo horn on here. This was one, I don't remember where I got it, but it already has M3 threaded holes in it. A lot of the micro ones don't, so that's very handy for our purposes here as well. Once we get the front axle mounted and suspension and stuff hooked up, we'll start looking at our steering link. Next thing I'm gonna do is get these adapters put on. Like I said, these are very easy. It's just a metal collar that holds a bearing or 2 and allows our 12mm hex wheel to ride on a shaft axle. So we get those put together and we'll keep trucking along. Also covered this servo wire with some actual cloth automotive wiring tape. It'll look better running down the front of the truck, or the underneath the engine type deal. Look like some scale wiring or something. So anyways, back to all right, did some other stuff off camera. I've got the hub thing figured out, but I had to make some changes here on the axle itself. It did have this side forward, and we need those that angle in further to the back. Allows us our servo easier access to the one side or the other. I believe it looks like we're going to go, we'll decide once we get there, because it may be easier to clear with a longer rod than a shorter rod, so we'll see which direction we end up facing with it. But yeah, got that done. I had to lengthen this one about 12mm. Got that flipped on the bottom, Loctite it in, extra spacers. So we're ready to put the grill into the chassis and start fitting our wheelbase, basically figure out where exactly our front axle needs to be for our shocks to line up, where we still have room for all of our steering links and all of that. And then once we get that sorted out and get the shocks on there and the axle on, we can throw the tires and wheels on and move to the rear. We got a few things to tidy up back there and get this thing rolling. Then we can put the engine in and just keep trucking. Sorry guys, I just had to quit talking and get to work. Had to get a lot of stuff done. So we've got our steering all set up. Everything, the range of motion is nice. We've got no interference with the shocks. Everything is jiving really nice. Got the motor transmission installed. Got a drive shaft in. I did have to adjust the 4-link to get the pinion angle set a little bit better. And went ahead and mounted up the bed sides. These are just 20 mil M3 threaded rods. Worked out really well with these. So not a whole lot of stuff left to do. Getting down to some of the fine details. We need radiator hose. We need a firewall, windows, dash and a seat, and electronics, plug wires, putting the headers on. And we're nearing completion. I did have to put, I do this a lot on the rat rods with those adapters. Sometimes depending on the wheel, the depth of the inside hex, I had to put the wheel nuts on backwards so it'll actually get into the nylon and catch it. We still got the caps for these wheels as well to put on, and yeah, windows and stuff. So if you're interested in winning this, check out RC4wd.com. They are going to be doing it as a quarterly giveaway, and if you're interested in building one for yourself, check out RC4wd.com. I appreciate you guys watching. Get out there and have some fun with the hobby. Keep it scaled, and we'll see you next time.